I'm Annalise Takara and I am the founder of Our Mel, which is a social enterprise based in Sheffield, exploring cultural identity, black history and what it means to be a person of colour in Britain today. We are here outside the Winter Gardens and we are creating a photo shoot that will be part of an art exhibition showcasing October as part of Black History Month, looking at black women, our beauty, our strength, our struggle, and also exploring themes of mental health and wellness and well-being, because that's all something that's important to us all. And as a black woman, it's so important to self-care and self-love. We're working with different organisations within Sheffield to kind of create an arts and cultural festival, putting black representation at the forefront and obviously our talents and our excellence.
My name's Nina and I do photography and videography.
My name's Naomi. I'm from London but I study in Sheffield because Yorkshire is wonderful. I study chemistry, I like to cook, I like to bake, I love clothes, I love jazz, hip hop, blah blah blah. And I love my fellow black women.
Hello, my name is Ayamiko and I came all the way from Liverpool.
My name's Danielle and I'm from bloomingbrain.com. I'm a blogger and I've come along to this photo shoot today because I think it's important for us as black women to be represented positively and in a positive light through videography or photography.
Hi, I'm Maria.
Hi, my name's Kim. I live in Sheffield and I saw that Annalise had put something on Facebook about inviting black women to come and have their photographs taken, and I'm not very good at having my photograph taken. I really dislike it because I don't feel very confident about my body, so I thought I'm going to give it a go because it'll make me feel a lot better and it will be part of my self-love journey.
So the reason that I chose to do this shoot was because I thought it was quite important to showcase all of the talent that black women in Sheffield had to offer.
For me, when I look at myself, I would say I haven't made progress. But then when I look at the person that I used to be, like let's say 2-3 years ago, I've made so much progress. So I think one thing for me, self-love, is recognizing my progress.
I think it's quite hard with all the images that you see around about women, for sometimes black women to feel as if we're beautiful and worth loving.
We've got this mainstream perception of what beauty is and unfortunately we often don't fall into that.
I've had to look at myself and be like, okay, you kind of have, with self-love, you're basically tearing yourself apart to rebuild yourself again. Because it's like you have to take out all the gunk.
Growing up in my particular skin, I can remember times where for example, I'd go home and I'd arrange all the mirrors in my mum's room so that I could see my face like profile side on. And I'd start like fiddling with my nose and that, trying to get it to look more Roman or aquiline or whatever, because see, growing up with Barbies and whatnot and not really seeing yourself represented very often, even though you know that everyone comes the way they're made and like that is completely valid, it doesn't really help with the wanting to fit in. So I did spend a lot of my time growing up thinking, if my nose was thinner, I'd be prettier.
I don't even think Western women can adhere to the culture, the beauty standards, but I think it's obviously a lot harder for us as black women. I think it's really undermining. I think it impacts on our well-being, and I think the more that we see more images that reflect us, our beauty and our ways of being, that will impact on our well-being and impact on the well-being of our youngsters.
We have seen more of a growth of black women being represented in the media in terms of beauty. So I think it was a few months ago I saw a black woman on the front cover of the Boots Beauty magazine, and you are starting to see us represented more in Cosmopolitan and magazines like that. But it's still not quite where it needs to be. It's come a long way from when I was in my teens, and it is nice and refreshing, especially to see women with the natural afro hair as well.
I think we've got to challenge a bit more and just be confident in our own selves, and that's really hard because I know how I feel some days when I just don't feel that that's what I want to do.
Beauty comes in all shapes and forms and we're all beautiful.
Now I'm older, I'm smart enough to know that all of that is bull, to be honest. Like, you don't need to alter oneself to find yourself attractive. Like, beauty truly is in the eyes of the beholder. So if you hold yourself well, people will behold you well. End of story.
You get so caught up in the process, you forget to enjoy the process, you forget to actually enjoy the journey. And I'm at that stage where I'm learning to enjoy the journey now.
Don't allow anybody to bring you down because of your beauty. Don't allow anyone to bring you down because of the way you look, because of the way you talk. Just ignore whatever they say and just be yourself.
And it's so scary to put that vulnerability out there, especially because we want to be perceived as these strong black women. But to me, showing your vulnerability is a sign of strength.
Address the fact that your self-love doesn't need to depend on the love of everyone else. Like, you don't need external validation to find your own value. And I think it's important to really remember that when you start comparing yourself to other people or just other ideals of beauty.
Myself to think, oh, how is this person going to look at me? How is this person going to react? Because people are going to react so many different types of ways.
When you start to realize your worth in your value as a black woman, I think you can achieve kind of amazing things. And just as a community, when we kind of band together and help each other, we can achieve even greater things.
This hunt for normalcy we all seek is just farcical and like a never-ending race that nobody can even win. So to even enter it is just to put yourself at a position where you're losing all the time. And why be like that when you can just love yourself and love others?